Respected teachers and fellow participants, today I want a brief and fruitful discussion with you all regarding my topic, and that is on government initiatives in education during coronavirus period. As we all know that India now has over 36.91 lakh coronavirus cases after 69,921 infections were reported in the last 24 hours. 28,39,882 patients have recovered from the infection in the country, pushing the recovery rate to 76.93%. In the last 24 hours, 819 COVID-linked deaths were reported, pushing the total death count to 65,288. The outbreak of coronavirus disease has been declared a public health emergency of international concern, and the virus has now spread to many countries and territories. While we look about India, a country which has traditionally followed face-to-face style of teaching, is now adopting innovative modes of imparting education via technology. India leads the world with 250 million school-going students and boasts one of the largest networks of higher education institutions. The Indian education system depicts a very high degree of diversification, with over 115 lakh schools and 50,000 higher education institutions driven by 130 million young and enthusiastic learners. The main purpose of my study is that we all know that education is the only tool which can encourage students to become advocates for disease prevention and control at home, in and school, and in their community, by talking to others about how to prevent the spread of viruses. Maintaining safe school operations or reopening schools after a closure requires many considerations, but if we done well, can promote public health. I'm going to talk about the coronavirus in India and its impacts. As we all know that in the second week of March, the state governments across the country began shutting down schools and colleges temporarily as a measure to contain the spread of novel coronavirus. It's close to a month and there is no certainty when they will reopen. This is a crucial time for the education sector. Board examinations, nursery school admissions, entrance tests of various universities and competitive examinations, among others, are all held during this period. As the days pass by with no immediate solution to stop the outbreak of COVID-19 or coronavirus, school and university closures will not only have a short-time impact on the continuity of learning for more than 285 million young learners in India, but also endanger and suffering all the economic and societal consequences during this time. I am going to show all of you what are the major initiatives taken by the government of India during this coronavirus period. First of all, promoting digital education with equity. The Ministry of Human Resource Development and its associated institutions are promoting digital education through online educational platforms. Those are such as Diksha, ePathshala, National Repository of Educational Resources, Swayamprabha, Nishtha, National Digital Library, etc. The second point is ensuring equity in digital learning through TV channels or radios being used for more difficult areas during this time. Thirdly, propose regulatory changes. In order to promote online learning, it is proposed to make regulatory changes like enhancing the permissible SWAYAM online component in the conventional universities and ODL programs from present 20% to 40%. Distance and online education framework to empower 25% of the universities to offer ODL and online education. From the next academic session, it is complying with quality provisions, integrating ODL and online regulations, focusing on effective promotion and monitoring and regulation. Next is online promotion of cultural heritage. Virat Setu app launched to raise awareness about the tangible and intangible heritage of India in the digital space. Webinars were held around the Indian heritage sites and cities. The government has ensured that the grants payable to artists under various schemes are paid on time. Next is promoting scientific research as a response to COVID-19. Over 200 corona-related research projects are on at leading science and technology institutions in the country. This range from personal protective care equipment to testing kits, data analytics, models and treatment alternatives, etc. Now I am going to tell what are the lessons learned from this coronavirus crisis. First of all, we have to address the digital divide because technology has the potential to achieve universal quality education and improve learning outcomes. But in order to unleash this potential, the digital divide must be addressed. Digital capabilities, the required infrastructure and connectivity must reach the remotest and poorest communities. Next is to reorient the curriculum. While teachers are struggling to learn digital ways of communicating with their students, it is clear that we need to pay close attention to what we teach. That's why our endeavor to educate children has the right guided by the question, who am I and what is my relationship with the universe and others in it. Thirdly, we have to empower a wider cadre of teachers. This crisis is forcing teachers to reinvent their roles, from that transferring information to enabling learning. The shift to distance learning has afforded many opportunities to teach differently, encouraging self-learning, providing opportunities to learn from diverse resources and allowing customized learning for diverse needs through high-tech and low-tech sources. In conclusion part, we must patent to state that the efforts by the government across the world to ensure sustainability of learning in this moment of crisis is revamping the whole education system. Digitalized education and easy access to the internet is transforming the approach to learning with virtual classrooms, advanced learning tools and free educational content, especially in rural and semi-urban areas. However, it cannot be overlooked that as the system shifts to e-learning, the digital divide in access to devices connectivity will have a huge impact on the students belonging to the socio-economically backward category. They must risk falling further behind. Education systems have to ensure that these efforts do not further amplify the existing inequalities in access to learning and must pay heed to quality of education and equal access to resources for all. Those digital technology holds great promise to provide access to high quality learning. It may change the landscape of school education forever. Thank you for listening to all.